I need to have a look at the pets first before we continue. Okay, it looks interesting. Okay, we got lynxes and fucking oxen. Okay, alright. Okay, let's get Northern Line up again. I quickly need the bathroom, but I'll let it play. You can go in the corner. Her in the corner, watching you kiss her. Oh, I keep dancing on my own. I don't even know that song that well. Ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, da da da. Let's just try LB again. Create private. Alright, get in. Get in. Everyone who wants to play against the chat. Get in. Oh, look, it looks like, okay, I've lost 400 followers just by the time I've been streaming, which means it looks like YouTube is cleaning out all the bots. On Friday, we got, or Saturday, I can't remember, was it Friday or Saturday? We got bot raided, and got like 800 new follows in like literally the space of like 5 minutes, and that was incredibly frustrating, and it was really freaky. So they're cleaning out all the follows, so I'll eventually be able to reset my follow count. But yeah, anyway, I'll let this play. I just need the bathroom quickly.
Sorry. No, I mean the Ramones. I got nothing against the Ramones, but I was just trying to insult them, I guess. Just trying to generate a little entertainment on the stream. +2, they love it. Anyway, where were we? Long story short. Also, while I was driving, I didn't even mention this. I got the finger for no reason. Like literally for doing a nice thing. I'm sure you have them everywhere, but we have like, so it's like 2 lanes going this way, 2 lanes coming the other way. And then there's not a stop sign or an intersection, but they have little, like the median is recessed, so cars could like turn from one lane to cross onto like a residential side street. So there's no intersection. Long story short, I saw a car waiting to pass through the median and go to a residential side street. There was no one behind me, which is very rare in this city. So I slowed down I telegraphed that I was slowing down. And then this car drove across, and then he looked at me as he was going across and just held up the middle finger. And I have, to this day, it's literally 1 day since it happened, I have no idea why.
Ole mole.
There's nobody behind you? Don't stop? It's not worth giving someone the finger. It's just a nice thing to do. Just extend a little common courtesy, you know? I give up my right of way from time to time.
One of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
Like if I'm at a stop light, like let's say we're in a long chain of cars at a red light.
Leave Italians alone.
And someone's trying to exit
We do a little trolling.
like a store or a mall, I'll keep my brakes on an extra 5-6 seconds to let him out of the shop parking lot. That's no problem. That's different. Well, I guess from now on I'm just sorry. You reap what you fucking sow. From now on I'm gonna cut him off, and then I'm gonna give him the damn finger. Fuck you for trying to exit Shoppers.
What are you guys doing?
You need Allah.
Is no one watching the bald? What the fuck are you guys doing? Anyway. Alright. Come on. 3 minutes.
We do a little trolling. It's called we do a little trolling.
Okay. Alright. 3 minutes, get in. And when we're watching, we're doing this.
Drug mart at this exact moment. Dickhead. If you wanted to exit the parking lot, you should have thought of that before you went into the parking lot. Sowing. Yes, reaping. No, what the hell? Anyway, no, this person is, listen, part of, I think it's just life, okay? You need, and I think people learn this lesson at different ages, if they ever learn it at all. Your existence is going to inconvenience other people. Full stop. Everything you do
You just want one of your
is
learns
going
to be Northern Line saying dickhead now?
cause a distraction or a mess or just otherwise. And like,
Face.
what you have to do is minimize within reason the annoyance that you create while also recognizing that it's a human.
He's still on. He's still on the same one. I thought he'd moved on and I just had lost the context. He's still on the same one. I'm gonna be starting SAP in like 30 seconds unless 2 people join, okay? Just making that very clear to everyone.
Humanity's cross to bear to be annoying. So when you get a little bit annoyed by other people, you also have to acknowledge that you are doing that same level of annoyance yourself. So what I'm trying to say here is we all have to get along. So your mom's a little bit crazy. She doesn't want you sleeping in the same bed as your future husband. Okay?
I know there's
Reminds
a
me
lot of things I haven't added to the commands because I can't add any more like word commands and I just haven't found the time to do it. There's just a lot of things I need to do. Eventually I will.
a little story. Meet the Parents. Perhaps you've heard of it. Robert De Niro does not want Ben Stiller sleeping in the same bed as his daughter until they get married.
Okay, we're starting.
Did they say, screw you,
this.
Jack? I'm going to, well, in the second movie, they do go meet the Fockers, to be fair. But they don't present it as if it's the right solution to the problem. The solution is you compromise, you coexist, you have
Okay, the fictive.
you try to make it work. So, but some
no,
people, and you
fuddy-duddies,
probably have noticed it in your own life. Some people are drama dampeners. Fuck me. Oh, okay. I guess that's fair. See you at Easter. And some people are drama amplifiers. Fuck me. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna no green beans. I'm not coming here ever again. You know. So you need. I feel like in any sort of dynamic like this, you need at least a dampener. And if you just get two amplifiers, they end up in this like unstable orbit where they're both going to shoot off into outer space. So yeah, I would say it's an everybody sucks here. Your mom had an unreasonable request, but that unreasonable request was probably not worth, essentially owning her by letting her belabor under the false pretense that you were going to be at the holidays.
He wasn't paying attention
and then being
missed
like,
Zap. I gave lots of
and
warnings.
then when they were like, why aren't you here? They're like, because you won't let me stay in the same bed as my... Then you should bring that up before. So that they know. Either way, like I'm saying, the mom is wrong too. I'm just saying it's less obvious, in my opinion, that she's also wrong. Or at least could have been more right. Let's put it that way.
No, I'm not going to freeze it. Like, I don't know. These are my initial pets, you know?
I'm sure.
I don't know if I'm going to use them. I'm
Everybody
just saying, I've
sucks
never
here.
seen
Your mom
bacon
is horribly
before.
controlling. That's not in question. But instead of saying I won't be spending Christmas with you this year, I'm going, pardon me, to the in-laws. And if I come to you again, we will stay in a hotel. You lied in such a way that they thought you'd be attending. Instead of acting in the adult manner in which you want to be treated, you behaved like a child.
Woo,
True.
okay, great.
Edit. Well, now, this kicked off. Thank you for the awards. It does have 35,000 likes. Clearly a mixed bag of responses. Just a little clarification.
Okay.
A lie of omission is still a lie. If you're dealing with a narcissist, it is all the more important to stake your boundary clearly and stick to it. Otherwise, you will leave yourself open to their abusive tactics and flying monkeys.
What toys are there?
I don't know if I'm online enough for
Mandrill.
to understand what that is. That might be a thing, for all I know.
No pill. I have no idea how this weekly works. Well, let's just figure it out.
Anyway, and for everyone that
Yes,
told me to
thank
F off
you,
or similar,
thank
Merry
you,
Christmas
thank
to you too.
that.
The best revenge is living
That
well.
was so fucking...
She won't be in a hotel next year either. She'll be at the parents' house, sleeping in the same bed as the boyfriend because she fought correctly and defeated her family this year, not the asshole. Okay, you're a crazy person.
It defeated her family in the marketplace of ideas.
You're insane. Life must be very stressful when you consider every interaction
He
a
defeated
battle.
her family.
Flying monkeys are people who side with the narcissist.
I defeated my
you know
family.
What? I was dismissive of the phrasing at first, but it actually makes perfect sense. What an apt metaphor. Fair enough. Otherwise outside of my area of expertise, but I get it now. Witchies. Is there a reason you didn't tell them up front that you would be spending Christmas with your boyfriend's family? They're assholes for trying to control you, but I don't really see what you gain by misleading them. To avoid weeks of my mom trying to manipulate me into going home. How did that work out for you?
Okay, what else is available? Not much.
It's like I could have dealt with it in advance. Instead, I
Friend gained ailments. The
basically
frigate
saw
bird
like a
has,
train wreck
oh, no,
coming
it
and
hasn't.
decided, rather than turn on the warning lights and hit the brakes, speed up.
Turtle.
Like, I'm not saying your parents can't manipulate
That's for
you when you're like
summons.
an adult. I don't think that's fair. But like, I don't know, just forehead.
that could work
like,
for this.
Don't get manipulated. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
It's not fair at all. It's very dismissive. But like, if your mom was like, you can't sleep in the same bed as your boyfriend, and that's
friend
like a
summoned would be
deal
better for the
breaker,
bee.
why don't you just say, okay, I'm not coming to Christmas then? I don't understand. Because this is what you did anyway, is you just didn't go to Christmas, but then
you're
like,
pretty mid, to be honest with you.
you just kind of blindsided them with it, which
Someone
I don't know. I don't know your
Wandolphin,
parents,
okay.
so maybe.
Family conquered, bro.
The
I own my
brain is
family in the marketplace
complicated.
for
That's
years.
true. That's a good point. I still think she could have handled it better. Let's put it that way. This falls under, if all I have to do to make you look like an asshole is tell the truth, that means you're acting like an asshole. That comment is very well phrased.
I'm back.
And
I'm back.
allies.
I'm back.
So
I'm
many
back.
posts in this sub. So me when my reaction
Ailment.
is this. Okay, I don't know. It seems like a lot of reasonable people in the comments. I was surprised that we scrolled like 4 comments down. We did not see a single her house, her rules.
+3 minus 1 attack.
Am I the ass? Dude, there's so many Christmas ones. It's
works.
crazy. Oh, we already read this one. Am I the asshole for taking an Uber to the wedding? Am I the asshole for losing
Avocado
it and
is so
telling my
good.
in-laws to stop calling me mama?
Okay, new one, finally. It took him half an hour to get through one Am I the Asshole post. Alright. Next one. Let's see. It is also the top of the hour every single hour. If you no longer like to see an ad, you can always subscribe or use a Prime or do all those things that you already know what to do. You know what to do. I don't need to tell you what to do. Hi, Torin.
Am I the asshole for leaving my in-laws' Christmas dinner after I found out they didn't make accommodations for me? Ah, dude, it's a picky eater post.
Let's go.
I got invited to my fiance's family's Christmas dinner. It's my first Christmas with them. I have always been picky
How
about...
did YouTube think that picky eater was Dita? Because Dita is like a South African name. Or maybe it is a name that other people use, but I just always assumed it was South African. But like, how did they get that? How did YouTube get that so wrong? Okay, well, I got owned by Elrond.
what I eat. Can't
think
help it.
moth would have
Okay.
been a good idea.
Okay, I'm taking you at face value there. Has to do with psychological factors, childhood, and personal likes and dislikes. Before accepting their invite, I let my future mother-in-law... You ever notice how future mother-in-law acronym is just MILF, but in pig Latin? Oh,
What?
sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. I'm watching Famille Anorme on LCT.
What is he saying?
I don't know
Gain
why you would pick
meat
up the
bone
phone to tell
perk.
someone you're watching a TV show, but
Oh, okay, that's
I
new.
wanted to loop MILF Manor in there somehow. Hey, Rex Mechanica, thanks for the gifted subscriptions.
Oh, MILF
Thank you.
Manor. What a great
Thank you.
show.
One, so this is not fair. It's a mean-spirited joke. One gifted subscription
mine is
for
too good.
every dish at Thanksgiving that this person would not eat. Sorry, Christmas. Every dish at Christmas this person would not eat. Before I accepted the invite, I let my future mother-in-law know I wouldn't be eating any traditional food at the celebration and showed her a variety of dishes.
No, you're the asshole, sorry. Just bring your own food, bro.
To choose from to accommodate me. Listen. Okay. I am making my own headcanon here. But did you really go to your future mother-in-law and like show her a picture of French fries, chicken nuggets, cheese pizza, hot dogs, because and just picture your future mother-in-law being like, "Yes, I'm familiar. I'm familiar with macaroni and cheese. I'm familiar with fish and chips. I'm familiar with all of it. I promise you." Maybe that's not the case, okay? But that's the way it. I'm familiar with bread, but not whole wheat bread because that's weird. Like, she refused and told me to bring my own dish, which is very reasonable, by the way. That's not crazy. Like, as a picky eater, if she's like, yeah, come to Christmas, but bring something that you want to eat.
Look at this.
That doesn't make her in the wrong at all.
Look at that.
The way you phrased it makes it sound like she's rude, but actually that's completely accommodating.
And the pineapple.
I said if I had to bring my own dish when I'm a guest, then I better stay at home.
Skunk?
Then we went back and forth, and I insisted, you don't know how to use a toaster oven. Just go ahead and say it.
Okay, we've got one more roll. Let's see.
You've had a technical debt there for a long time.
This is better at the moment.
You're too busy to fix it now. I understand.
Put you at the end.
You don't need to make it seem like she's
here.
being unreasonable, though. Like she's railroading you. You should just say, listen, if you're like
motherfuckers complaining about the weekly,
and you tell your future mother-in-law that you don't know how to cook, she'll help you. If you said, I don't know how to cook at all, I don't even know how to use a toaster, she would take you into the kitchen and she would give you a basic lesson at the very least. She would be like, here's how to use the toaster oven. Here's how to use the air fryer. Instead, you let your own ego get in the way. I'm like, there's a lot of headcanon for me in this one, but...
Just weird. Tiamani thinks the weekly's good.
Instead, you let your own ego get in the way, and now you're fighting with your future mother-in-law. For what? You can't make your own chicken nuggets? Okay, anyway. We went back and forth. I insisted I wouldn't come if accommodations weren't being made. I just thought it was a simple request, and future mother-in-law could have agreed if she really wanted me there. This can't be real, right? I hope not. No adult is like, if my future mother-in-law really wanted me to be there, she would cook chicken nuggets just for me.
Are there any toys?
My fiance agreed I should bring my own dish, but I didn't. When we arrived there and I saw that no accommodations were made, I got up, got my things, and walked out and went home. My future mother-in-law and fiance were shocked that an adult that seemed otherwise reasonable would throw a temper tantrum like a little kid. I got tons of calls and texts from them both, and my fiance came home lashing out, calling me selfish and spoiled to walk out like that over a dish that his mom didn't have to make for me, and that it was my responsibility to feed myself. How is it my responsibility to feed myself when I'm a guest? I'm a guest. Didn't you read the guest handbook? The guest handbook says the whatever the guest wants, the guest gets.
The guest handbook
makes no sense to me. I told him this. He accused me of starting and ruining my first Christmas with his family and disrespecting his mom. Now he's continually saying I fricked up and should have sucked it up for the family's sake. Edit to clear a few points. A lot of people eating my ass in the quote retweets right now aren't familiar with the specifics of the case that make it appear more reasonable for me because I didn't write them in the first place. For those saying I have no respect for my in-laws, I do. Especially my future mother-in-law. I respect her, but this is so far the biggest conflict we've had.
Okay, hold on.
In theory, I respect her. By way of my actions, I could see how you would be confused, but
Seal would be Pog.
I work long hours, even on holidays, so not much time to cook.
Faint. It's not great.
We actually, and I hate to say this, there is info required here. Does she only eat like masala dosa or something like that? That, you know, a 16-hour preparation.
I've got no idea.
Does she only eat reverse seared, sous vide?
Some of all friendly levels. We don't have any friendly levels. We can't really get rid of this if we want this.
Because if you were at the Christmas,
get rid of skunk.
Then you have enough time to cook something. Like you could eat anything.
Get rid of skunk, get links. Then
maybe it's not chicken nuggets, but even like Rachel Ray, 30 minutes or less. You know, you could.
Yes.
I refuse to believe this shit.
Tiger links, yes.
If you don't have the time on Christmas, how do you have time at all? Okay, you don't, because you're lying a little bit. Or you could have just gone through a drive-through on the way or something, like.
Jiggy Himmons, thank you so much for the follow.
I wasn't asking for an elaborate dish or several dishes, just one simple option.
I
was.
USA hole. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much, USA hole. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Let me give you a shout out. All of the cuties coming and joining in. Hey, oh. All of the cuties, the cutie, what is it, the cutie brigade? Yeah. Alright, thank you so much. And yeah, USA Hole is a great streamer. I really recommend their streams. Yeah, so give a follow. Alright, let's see, where are we gonna go from here? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Now, I really do want... Okay, we put Northern Line back on.
Asking for anything complicated that would have taken a long time to cook. That being said, I don't have time to cook it, okay? Because I'm busy. Unlike her, I don't see what she's doing all the time. So she's probably just watching TV. You're the asshole from one picky eater to another.
I'm good, USA Hole. I hope you had a really good stream. Thank you for the raid.
I went to a Christmas dinner with my mom's family. There was nothing I wanted, so I just socialized and ate when I got home. Why should she have to make a whole new dish for you? This is pretty entitled behavior.
Gain trumpets for each 3 health this has. That seems amazing.
This is what I was like when I was a picky eater too. Like, if anything, listen, I don't want to make you more self-conscious than you might already be, because I was in your shoes not but 17 years ago.
Thank you.
You're already making people like a little uncomfortable by breaking the social convention of eating shared food at a special occasion.
Oh my god, look at this.
But if they are like, if they're not forcing you to eat, which is another annoying part of being a picky eater.
Probably can get rid of you now and get you or something like that.
I don't want anything, I'm not hungry, and they're like, no, you absolutely have to eat something. That's annoying as well. I'm just saying.
So we're just chilling today. It's a chill Monday. We're just going to be playing some games. You're welcome to join in and play SAP with us. We're trying out the new weekly.
Come on, Bobby, let's go party.
Thank you for the follows. And excuse me. And we are also going to be playing some other games and yeah, doing all of those nice, relaxing sort of things. Yeah, it's an enforced chill stream. And I'm getting owned in Super Auto Chat. So we're watching Northern Lion react to Am I the Arsehole comments. So it's just relaxed and yeah, fun sort of times here. And yeah, all that sort of stuff.
You could, as long as everybody's, you know, just
Thank you, Chad.
being copacetic, there's no problem.
Okay, is it finding time to get rid of you? I don't think so.
You can at least eat like
I think it's finding time to get rid of you. I think we go full, like...
But then I'm also like they should...
Okay, hold on. We can do this.
You should have brought your own food at least.
Buff.
Like, if I was... but that's a whole nother...
neither of them is higher than the other. Maybe it wasn't worth it,
there's
but
always
we get that now.
Am I the asshole that's like, am I the asshole for being mad that my... nephew brought McDonald's to Christmas dinner, and I'm always like, no, man,
good.
Why not? I would rather eat the Thanksgiving feast than eat McDonald's. I could eat McDonald's any day of the damn week.
We get the second tiger. We need to decide if you're worth it. Anyway. At some point, we might have to just get rid of you.
Just a whole
roll
ball
once.
of wax. Let me recap. You demanded some food was made to your liking when people told you no instead of cooking food you caused a scene. Yeah, you're the asshole. Start acting like an adult. How many variations of this story do you plan to post?
You are so good, though.
Before the holiday, you posted after being told they weren't going to make a different meal and how you thought it was nuts.
Why do they have Turkish hats? Because I chose to put Turkish hats on them. Because it's a hat that you can use. I didn't buy the hat, if that's what you're asking. You never understand this game? Bro, so many people come into this chat being like, I don't understand this game. And then they end up watching for like 10 hours just me play this fucking game. And then they... come into my chat like 2 weeks later and say, LB, what the fuck have you done to me? Like I literally can't stop playing this game. My friends that I've shown this to are now addicted to this game. I'm not kidding. Froggy Tonic literally like messaged me, put in the Discord that now that he has a friend that is now addicted to this game, and I have to just apologize because like I have caused this, right? Elby got me into SAP and I still don't understand, yeah.
Told you to bring your own food and now you didn't and made a scene. You're the asshole. Dude, that's so funny. Imagine, so that makes me think this is more real now. Imagine making a post that's like, hey, my fiance and her mother, his mother.
Now you can't, now you're not going to help us scale anymore, unfortunately.
So already, you should bring your own food, probably.
I'm going to
but then you ask Reddit, and everyone's like, you should bring your own food, and then you're like, nah.
To one
I'm not gonna. And then posting it again, and everyone's telling me you should, you should have brought your own food. It's crazy.
And now you will buff two of
He needs
the
to be
animals,
audited.
which is good.
This is insane.
We freeze you just in case. Pancakes?
You're the asshole. They did offer to accommodate you by allowing you to bring your own dish.
Yes, please.
You're the asshole, wholly entitled. You'll be single soon enough. You don't know that.
Who the fuck said this weekly is shit? All of you motherfuckers coming into the chat being like, this weekly is so bad, this weekly is so bad, this weekly is terrible. Uncreative, okay? A lot of people did. What, so it doesn't have a fucking, like normal, you know, system of working things out? But are you trying to tell me that, like, you can't play the sap? Maybe I just got lucky? Okay. Okay.
Okay?
It's still bad?
I understand that, like, it feels good to type it. You don't know that.
Oh, God.
They could, in all other ways, be an ideal partner and just be, like, insanely crazy about this one specific thing.
I thought I'd fallen off.
Okay.
Turns out I haven't.
Literally nobody disagrees.
Okay, the more levels
I
we
have to go. It's so funny too that like there's
the more
dinosaur chicken
damage our
nuggets
links
in
does.
the related posts.
So we
I
go
have
there
to
and we
look at
use
their
this.
original comments first just to see.
Internalized
They have not
misogyny.
commented on anything. They need to tell me what their diet is. I'm sorry. Because if it is, I mean, it's not going to get
sniper
much
build.
better, but it could get a lot worse if it's dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Look at that.
Deleted their previous post. Maybe.
I mean, are you guys trying to tell me this weekly is shit? Really? Did you just see that? Just need a little bit of creativity in your soul. Okay.
Okay, we did this one. Am I the asshole for not wanting my husband to go to his ex's funeral? That was a crazy one. Remember that one?
Thank you. You are also cool, but not right now. You are
Am I
also
the
what we
asshole for
want, thank you.
prioritizing my son's dog over my wife's pregnancy? Deliberately written to be as incendiary as possible, for sure. This is the rare not the asshole, because someone was asking for some not the assholes.
There we go.
When my son, 14, was 8, we got a dog.
Killed
He's half
him,
Great
yeah.
Dane and half some dog.
We should cancel
My
LB
friend's
for
dog
winning.
met
Okay,
during an
that's super
unauthorized
fair.
absence. It's so good. You ever see the post that's like dog owners? Oh, it's so cute. What kind of dog is it? Oh, it's a half Labrador, half Poodle. It's called a Labradoodle. Cat owners. What kind of cat is that? Orange. It's half Great Dane and half some dog.
What kind of cat is that? Wait. Did he start reading this already? Am I the asshole for prioritizing my son's dog over my wife's pregnancy? Yes. Yes. Oh no.
My son loves this dog and does all the care for him and is a very responsible dog owner. My wife is 12 weeks pregnant. Ever since we confirmed the pregnancy, she's been acting weird around the dog. She avoids him, puts her hands over her stomach when he is around, and jolts whenever he makes noise. Today she told me she wants to rehome the dog. I asked her what she's talking about.
Okay, no. Immediately not the asshole. Okay. Immediately not the asshole. Okay. Being pregnant does not give you an excuse to rehome your son's dog. Okay, let's just put it out there. Okay, I thought it was gonna go crazy.
She said she has been having anxiety that he will jump on her. This is completely unreasonable. He doesn't jump on people. We trained him not to jump on people or run into people very young because he's half Great Dane and half some dog.
So you think this
And I
was
felt
just
this
good
was important
RNG?
for all
Okay,
dogs, but
I'll
especially
take
one
it.
who
Look,
could
if
grow
you
to
guys
such
think
a
this is
large
good
size. There's
RNG,
no reason to think the dog will jump on her.
then
She
I
said there's no way to
understand,
know for
and
sure
I
the
take it
dog
back.
won't jump on her. And if he does, our baby could be hurt. The dog has never so much as growled at her. She said even if the dog doesn't jump on her, her anxiety about it is bad for her health. She said she needs the dog elsewhere for her safety and the baby's. I told her there's no way my
Like, I'm
son
gonna
got
get
this
wrecked
dog right
now.
after we lost his mom and imprinted on him hard. Sometimes I think he loves the dog more than me. I'm not taking his dog. The dog didn't do anything. My wife said I'm prioritizing the dog over the pregnancy. The dog is not a threat to her pregnancy. If there were any other unreasonable request, I would just do it because she's pregnant. I just can't break my son's heart over a fear that she has that makes no sense. Am I being an asshole?
No.
This man needs, like, is there like a service in the world where you just give a man a nice thing because he's going through a hard time? He literally did nothing wrong at all and has been faced.
Is there a service in the world where you just give a man a nice thing because he's going through a hard time? You see, look, I got wrecked here. See, I'm getting wrecked by Tiamani now. Like it happens.
With Sophie's Choice. You did receive Reddit gold for this post. I'm not reading this one. It's just... That just... Honestly, bro, that just sucks, honestly.
Oh,
That's
God.
all I can really say to you. Yeah, she's a little crazy right now, but, you know, I'm glad I'm not the one who has to tell her that.
Okay, this is gonna go insane.
It's just too sad. TSB, that sucks, bro. Am I the asshole for calling my boyfriend dumb for boiling salmon? No, this is more my speed. Can you please take a look at Abandon My Spouse at Costco?
Am I the
Okay,
asshole for calling my boyfriend dumb for boiling salmon? Bro. Salmon.
I'll look for that one next. Abandoned.
This is more my
Spouse at
speed,
Costco.
yeah.
So this happened yesterday. I came home from work in the evening and saw something cooking on the stove. I asked my boyfriend, and he was boiling salmon. I was taken aback, like, completely. I asked him to repeat what he said. Could you repeat that? And he so casually said it again. I was like, ew, who boils salmon? He made a face and didn't reply. I told him it wasn't right, and that I never heard of salmon being boiled, like egg and water type of boiling. Not any other kind of trendy style of boiling that you might have been considering. I'm talking about like when you heat water up to the point that,
Look at that.
large bubbles are starting to breach the surface, and then you submerge the food in the water until it's cooked by the temperature of the liquid. I don't know what you guys were thinking of when I said boiling 20 times, but it's like when you put like an egg and water type boiling. He said it was all right, and he likes it cooked that way. I called him dumb for this, which he reacted by snapping and saying, who the F says I can't boil salmon? I said, common sense? He replied, frick common sense. I bet it's no longer common sense to eat an apple from the apple tree in this time and age. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck.
What is this the most
Holy fuck,
incoherent
Tiamani.
argument
You
of
won
all
by
time?
one life.
Like, I'm not saying that he did anything wrong. It's just like, what does that mean? It's probably not common sense to eat an apple from the apple tree in this time and age. We had an argument, and he started ignoring me, saying he felt hurt and disrespected when I called him dumb.
Yeah,
and is now
poached
waiting
salmon
for
is
an
a thing.
apology. Am I the asshole? I mean, yeah. Your ass literally like walked in from being out and started a fight in like 2 minutes for no reason because he's boiling salmon that you're not even gonna eat. Who cares?
Yeah,
I don't
true,
understand.
true
Like, I
does
wouldn't. It's not my preferred way to eat salmon. It just makes you look like a kind of a dickhead. That you're like, oh, I'm home from such a stressful day of work. You dumb idiot, boiling salmon. Shit for brains. Like, what, you couldn't say like, hey, how was your day? Oh, yeah, he's such an asshole. Oh, yeah. You're okay, though? All right, well, listen, I didn't know when you were going to be home, so I'm boiling a salmon, but you could just, there's leftovers in the fridge if you want. It's just, I love, fuck common sense. I bet it's no longer common sense to eat an apple from an apple tree in this time and age.
Okay, it's just
What
me
does that
via
even
Tiamani
mean?
now. Let's see.
What is that even
Versus Tiamani.
mean? I don't understand. It's provocative, I guess.
Let's see.
It's just crazy. It's just such a meaningless statement. I call my boyfriend dumb because he likes food cooked differently than I am. Am I the asshole? True. Let me rephrase the title for you. Am I the asshole for verbally abusing my partner because they like a different food than I do? That's true. Am I the asshole for walking away from my wife and kids in Costco? where is it? I'm trying to line it up here. Can you see my mouse pointer? Right here, dude. It's in the sidebar. It's meant to be.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
You're the asshole. Poaching boiling salmon is very much a thing. That's the other thing. I don't listen.
Get wrecked,
boiling
Timoni.
gets
Get
a
wrecked.
deservedly bad
Get
rap.
wrecked.
But I think
Get
that
wrecked,
one of the
Timoni.
reasons it gets such a bad rap as a reason,
I'm so
or
back.
as a manner of cooking food, is because for like one generation, or probably more generations, but you know, only one of them was like alive at the same time as me. That was how they cooked everything. You know, they boiled hot dogs, they boiled all vegetables until they lost all of their color and texture and like 90% of their flavor. Boiled beef, etc., etc. But honestly, I like some boiled foods. It wouldn't be my preferred
Morning
option,
corn sticks.
but a boiled potato in the right context.
I did sound
can
very
hit the
dejected,
spot,
but I
man.
thought I'd lost my touch on the
I'm
game.
not talking just about mashed. I mean like a whole boiled potato. Absolutely. I'm down with it. Salmon, I would probably try. I mean you have, it's a little different, but like you could have a fish soup, and I mean you could cook the fish in like a pan and then add it to the soup after the soup
Okay, I see
is
what you're doing,
properly
Timoni.
distilled.
I see what you're
But
doing.
most people are probably just gonna throw it in, you know, with the mirepoix, and then when there's no pink left, or I guess in the case of salmon, when it's all pink.
Yeah, this weekly is so bad. A really bad weekly. I just got insane RNG, definitely. Okay, look. Maybe I did just get insane RNG. Okay? It's very possible. Let's see again. We go again.
Then you add the wet ingredients and get it like slow simmering or something like that. I think boiled gets a little bit of a bad rap.
What's a weekly? Every single week, Super Auto Pets creates a new, I guess you could say, deck of pets. Like a new pack of pets. That is like, they arrange in a certain way, and it's like unique to like what you've played before. Yeah, it's basically like a deck, and then we play against one another with it. And complain about how good or bad it is, or how, like, for example, last weekly, if you don't get the fucking rat with the legs, then you're fucked. And at the same time, you need to get the worm. So that's what you need, okay? So if you don't get that with RNG, you're fucked, right? Then there was a weekly before where if you didn't get the fucking, what was it called again? Guinea fowl, you were fucked. Yeah. Got
Not much, but a little. Just my
animals.
2 cents. So I'm taking his side even more. I don't think it means you have rocks for brains if you're making boiled fish. He might just be from the Baltic states. You're the asshole, Gordon Ramsay. No, you're the asshole, Gordon Ramsay. I thought it was going to be like Gordon Ramsay defines being a shithead as boiling beef. But beef, lamb, I could understand. But fish, sometimes fish, the delicate flavor of fish can... Have you ever heard of dashi? You're the asshole. I preferred pan-seared or roasted salmon to boiled or poached salmon, but it's a perfectly... Okay, yeah, no, so does everybody, Seth. So does everybody on Earth. Boiling is not poaching. Here's the thing. You called a crow a jackdaw, but if you're trying to poach a piece of fish at a rolling boil, you're going to end up with a pot of mush. She shouldn't have been insulting, but if her description is accurate, boyfriend is not a very good cook and was likely stinking up the house pretty bad too. I doubt you boil it like a salmon fillet that's going to stink up the house pretty bad. What do you... Oh, even if he's stinking up the house, too bad you don't call him dumb as a
I got
brick.
16? Okay, cool, thanks. Alright, let's go.
You're the asshole. Is boiling salmon really a battle worth fighting? Anyway,
okay, we get
am I the asshole for walking away from my wife and kids in Costco?
Pig. We get you. Okay.
The jury
Alright, I
says
see.
yes
maybe,
on
maybe,
this one, just for the
maybe
record.
we're gonna have some struggles in the early game here.
Why is this one so... The screen region is all messed up? Is it because the post is so long?
Space scallywags. Okay, alright. Let's go. Let's find some new... am I the asshole? Oh my god. Am I the asshole for forcing my daughter to sleep in the litter palace?
React court. Real people, maybe. Real people, definitely. Real cases.
Hi, Ronnie.
50-50. But either way, it's Judge Egg. We're going to be doing a little bit of judgment on AITA Filtered, the best of Am I the Asshole? And then we're going to be following... that by checking out We Want Plates actually this time, actually checking out We Want Plates and looking at food being served in ridiculous
Sometimes it
ways.
takes a
But let's
while
get
to
started
like
here. First off, it's a spicy one
sorted.
to begin with. This is hot though. This is not top this week. Top
I mean, look, this pig's
today?
just gonna crush.
Top this week. Okay. Too expensive? Not with an interactive broker's account. Buy stocks you want regardless of the share price with fractional trading. Open you iBeaker account today. Just personally, I would prefer a brokership that actually spell checks its tweets before putting them out there. But I've heard great things about iBroker, so I'm
Who
not
is
trying
sporting
to
LBO chatters? Whoever you want to.
I'm not trying to make any enemies.
I mean,
here.
look,
but you know what? We're simple.
I have a permanent debuff in this game because of the fact that I can be stream sniped. So, like, take that what you will. Fuck. Okay, you see, like, I'm getting owned here. Anyway.
Family here.
I do have a permanent debuff.
I'm the asshole for subscribing to my
I'm not even
coworkers'
coping there.
OnlyFans. All right.
Don't tell me, you motherfuckers, like, when it's close to the end, don't look at my build and think, oh, how on earth can I fucking win this just based off of, like...
I thought if you middle-click, it opens it.
Like, don't tell me. Don't lie to me, okay?
Does that not work? Maybe not. I'm trying to learn new Chrome browser shortcuts. All right, let's. It doesn't. Oh, you got to do it on. What the heck is going on over here? Okay.
I know I'm not wrong.
Am I the asshole for subscribing to my coworkers' OnlyFans? Oh, you know what? Am I? No, I'm on the right. Oh no, I'm on the default subreddit. Oh no, man, that's a little scary. Oh, Hafu, thank you. Thank you for the resubscription. I was watching some Hearthstone BG last night. Welcome to React Court. It gets a little spicy here. Spicier than trying to hold short in that Valorant map, where you can throw a Molotov cocktail through the grate at the top. It's a little half-moon window. I know all the
Northern Lion is your
streamer's
streamer's favorite streamer.
Okay, so I work at a local restaurant, and I, 36 male, have a coworker, 27 female, who has an OnlyFans. She never really kept that fact a secret. She tries to get the other hostess to start doing it for a while. So this past week, I guess there was some news on OnlyFans saying they were going to shut down the explicit stuff. So she was more vocal about OnlyFans stuff at work than usual. I overheard that she goes by her first name on OnlyFans, which is pretty unique. Out of curiosity,
are there any toys in this game at all? Why is Mandrill there?
I don't know how she found out, like if they can see subscribers' names or something, but today she asked me if I subbed to her OnlyFans, and I was like, yeah. She told me that's not cool and I'm invading her privacy. I'm like, okay, I can cancel my sub.
Don't be weird.
Then she tells me to delete any pics and videos I saved, and I was like, no.
Nothing summons towards week, then what's the fuck of the man? What's the point of the
She says she'll give me my
mandrill?
money back, and I'm like, okay then. But now she wants to come to my house to make sure I delete the stuff, and I'm like, no, just take my word for it. This is written so conversationally. It's so good. But now she wants to come to my house and make sure I delete the stuff, and I'm like, no, take my word for it. But she is insisting on coming to my place. She says I'm the asshole for all this, but I think she's an asshole for making such a big deal about this. It's not like I've ever made any comments in person or commented on any of her OnlyFans stuff. I was like, dude, who TF cares? I know what your butthole looks like. Hundreds of people know what it looks like. Okay, it's just that, honestly, I thought this was going to be spicy, but it's actually just kind of funny, I guess,
I'm pretty sure, like, members of the community make the weeklies and submit, like, possible weeklies.
But it's kind of, the way it's written in particular is funny for me. Is he the asshole? Let's talk it out. You got to warm up to React Court a little bit. I feel like he's not an asshole for the headline, which is subscribing to my coworker's OnlyFans. If she's talking about it at work, you know, she's being open about the fact that she's on the platform, and you know, he engages via the terms of service of the app to subscribe to her account, does not make him the asshole to subscribe. If she found out you subscribed and was like, please unsubscribe and I'll give you a refund, he would, I mean, look, I'm just going to be honest. Is the guy maybe like a certified, I don't even want to say he's a certified creep. He's maybe like a little weird.
That is really weird.
The combative energy is a little strange, but it seems like he basically did exactly what she asked for the most part. You know, she said delete the photos. The correct answer is okay. He said no, I have my legal rights because I purchased them. Maybe a little weirdo energy. She said, I'll give you your money back. And he said, okay, fine. With that contract really fulfilled, then I will delete the photos. And now she wants to like go to his house and rummage through stuff to make sure that he doesn't have it. I can understand where she's coming from. Like, I think maybe she's like, because this guy knows me in real life, it's like a privacy and maybe even like a security risk that if I piss him off, he could use this to like, you know, send it to my friends and family or something like that. Like, that's a little bit messed up for sure. I can understand why she would be anxious about that. But he hasn't done that. And, you know, I mean, I don't think she has any recourse to go to his house and search through all of his like electronic records to see if he still got the photos. I don't even know. How do you know what you're looking for?
Oh,
you
fuck.
know?
I put the,
how do you know if it's not there?
Too close
if she found
to the front.
it, she would be like, there it is, you liar. But if she never found it, I think she would just maintain, like, for the rest of her life that he just hid it better. But anyway, I don't know. I certainly don't think he's an asshole for this. I don't think she's really out of line. I could understand. I mean, I get irritated sometimes when people I know IRL are like, I watched your video yesterday, and I'm not even showing my butthole. I'm showing like the butthole of my soul sometimes with the things that I'm saying, and that feels very intimate to me. So when people are like, I was watching your video yesterday, I'm like, don't do that. We know each other in real life. There needs to be a barrier between those things. But so I can understand where she's coming from, but simultaneously,
his butt soul,
I don't really think that he's done anything too wrong here, except maybe cross an informal boundary. So this one, not the asshole. Sure, okay. I mean, it's people. This is how we got ourselves into this mess, man. Like this, people can't talk to each other as human beings anymore. It's just dripping in like sardonic assholery. Yes, viewing and downloading publicly available content is invading her privacy, but demanding access to your personal devices and property to look through your pictures and videos is perfectly fine.
No, scary games aren't games.
Hypocrisy at its finest. Okay, 1.2
Anything I'm not playing today isn't
argument that you have
a
with
game.
this person in your head in the shower. I do like this one though. God, this is a tough one. In one way, it's really creepy you did that. I guess for her it's different when it's people she doesn't know and is never going to meet. When she knows you, it's a bit weird, mate. I think that's fair. However, you didn't
so
invade her privacy. She's put all her private out on the internet.
No, I'm not lying. My title says all the games we'll play today, literally every single game. I told you, all of the games I'm playing today are games. All the games that I'm not playing today are not games. Look, I thought about this while writing the title. Like, I had to have a response. I knew somebody would be like, oh, so are you playing this game?
So I guess not the asshole. I agree. I love this. This is also like heavy Twitch chat energy. It's like if anybody disagrees with you, you just find like the one gotcha and put it in all caps. She advertised her OnlyFans at work. You know, it's okay. We can disagree, but this is bad rhetoric in my opinion. You know, this is the appeal to caps lock. Argument al caps lock. Del reductio.
Okay, what's available? Okay, I can get more links.
Close this up. You're the asshole. Saving her photos is what makes it over the line. IMO, nobody wants their older male coworker signing up for their sexually explicit OnlyFans without a specific invite. It's a creepy, bad look. That's definitely true.
It is true.
Look. I get that you can argue via analogy here. I don't know why I'm taking such a lawyer approach to it, but you could be like, well, what if she had like a side hustle where she sold cookies that she cooked in her house, and then I went to her house and I bought some cookies from her and she was mad at me?
I don't know.
But there is a difference, between she has a side hustle.
I'm hesitating and I'm going to be lost.
Where she's doing like some food service or something like that, and alternatively,
lower tier pets. Okay, everything I have is lower tier.
Went to look at her private parts because I knew they were out there. This to me is more like, you know what's funny? It's even creepier if you have like the idea that... I think
we just take the L on this one.
What if she was like driving for Uber and then he was like, I specifically
links, but we
made
take the L.
sure that I requested rides so that she would be my driver? I know you can't do. You could maybe engineer it in such a way you know
content.
when she's
you
on.
You mean like the game that
when you
releases
see
the
who
most
gives
scary?
you a ride, you throw in a cancel or something like that. That's somehow even creepier, but I think that's almost a similar analogy. But I don't necessarily think like I don't think this is an everybody sucks here. I think nobody is an asshole. This is the plot to You on Netflix, literally. Well, I've never seen it. Great minds think alike. I think this is a no assholes here situation.
It's Subnautica.
Surprisingly.
Subnautica is not a game today, though.
We start like a spicy one that's not that spicy, but I think this is a no assholes here, honestly. I just got to figure out how to use Google Chrome again. Oh no, dude, don't get me started on this, okay?
No, specifically today.
Don't get me started on this.
Oh, come on.
We already had the anti-natalist post on the subreddit, and now you got me on. Am I the asshole for not going to my sister's child-free wedding?
Okay. Everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, told you,
Come on.
told you so."
I went to bed last night when I was in bed. I checked the
on.
subreddit, and there was a post that was like, and I didn't even see how it went down, but there was a post made like 15 minutes ago that was like, NL has mentioned the anti-natalist community.
So what, we're
gonna
play a game called Subpar.
I want to show you something that says we're not actually edgelords. And then as soon as I saw the post, I was like, by the time I wake up, this shit is going to be nuked 100%. And I had the soundest sleep of my life. I woke up and checked the subreddit. It was already gone. Never in my life have I had the radar trigger of like, this thing's
which we're going to be playing after some sap.
More so than that. But anyway, am I the asshole for not going to my sister's child-free wedding? I don't want to ruin our relationship by doing this, and I don't want her to get upset over it, but I also don't think I'm being such the asshole. My 30s, so he's 30, he's a male in his 30s, his sister's also in her 30s, is having her wedding at the tail end of October, and she's decided, understandably, she doesn't want any children to be at the wedding, which is perfectly fine. So this is like...
Okay, I get owned here.
More.
I get owned.
We've had a lot of these come up in the past. Is this like a new thing?
Close, but I still get owned by
child-free weddings
That's okay.
are maybe taken off.
Don't
get me wrong. I can understand like why you wouldn't want kids at your wedding. It's just I mean where we fell on this the last time was that if you don't want any kids at your wedding, you've also got to understand that if you invite people who have kids, especially young kids, they might not be able to go. You're putting a little bit more onus on them, but anyway.
Probably should get you
this, however,
as well.
She's having a child-free wedding.
RNG is not as good, but still the weekly is good. I'm not complaining.
I have 3 young children, 7, 5, and 3. As you can imagine, it's hard to find a babysitter for them on a normal day. And even if I only went to the reception, it'd be hard to find someone to watch them for such a long time. Plus, I don't want to leave the kids. I would have to buy a tux and drive over 3 hours to get to the venue, and it just isn't worth it. As you can imagine, considering that I'm posting here, my sister is very angry because of it. She thinks I'm being selfish and just using the kids as an excuse not to go. We did get into a big fight about it, and we're both angry about it now.
I'm sorry, but it is really stupid to have a child-free wedding. I'm sorry. Like, it's just selfish. Like, it is. Like, I know that some people probably want to have a child-free wedding because of, yeah, I don't want screaming babies, but bro, like, then, like, what are people gonna do with their kids? Like, then they have to, like, not only, like, pay to get there, they don't have to just get you a gift, they don't have to pay for, like, getting there. A lot of the time, people, like, will have to travel overnight, and, like, you're just expecting too much at that point, you know what I mean? Like, people already, like, have to, will put large amounts of money aside to go to your fucking wedding, okay? Yeah, put the kids in a cage. Like, the least you can do is just allow them to bring their kids.
I do feel like maybe this is... I need some more information on this one. I don't know what I would ask yet, but I'm on... I mean, you know, you kind of know
What about a
where I am
device-free
on this
ceremony?
one. I like... And this comes in all the time. I actually
based.
like that we get these, like, Am I the Asshole threads where people disagree. I think it's healthy that we, you know, simulate like a disagreement here in a healthy environment, and then we, you know, kiss and make up, and everybody's happy
This
about it.
guy's about to die.
The thing I would say is that it's really tough, right? Like these, we went through this the last time we did it as well.
But we do need to scale it.
But I think you have...
Okay, we can see how you go.
The right to do your wedding however you want to do your wedding. If you want to do a destination wedding in the middle of the Sahara Desert, you and your spouse can make that decision for yourselves. You could have a $100 wedding at City Hall. You could have a $100,000 wedding in the Palace of Versailles or something. I think you're well within your rights there. Your wedding, your rules. You know, it's the classic "Am I the asshole?" Principle. However, and you knew it was coming. I'm getting called out. Every other person that you invite to the wedding also has to make a judgment call based on the parameters that you've presented. So if you have a destination wedding and you're dead set on having it in, you know, Cabo San Lucas or something like that, you're going to end up with people that are like, I don't really know if I want to spend like $600 on flights and
not every single day I get to say that.
$1,000 on hotels, etc., to Cabo San Lucas. You know, I don't want to go to the Sahara Desert, or maybe, you know what, we've been friends forever. We could totally go. Now, keep in mind, I don't have siblings, right? So this is it's a bit of a tough one for me because I don't have like really anyone in my life for whom I think it's just standard that you're gonna have to be at their wedding. Like it's just assumed. I guess putting myself in the shoes of the brother, I think I would just be like, it sucks to have to get a babysitter. It's not that bad to have to get a tux. At that point, that's just part of adult life. Like, what are you going to be? Oh, people...
Why is it called foster bots? You can ask Aiden. Aiden,
like, thanks a lot.
Yeah, is the dev
Great
foster
Uncle
bot.
Lee. Now I got to go get a damn suit.
I don't know. When Aiden's next in Hassan's chat, ask Aiden.
So I think if I put myself in their shoes, I think you just gotta kind of eat it and go to your sister's wedding because it's your sister's wedding. She might only have 6 or 7 of them, and you know the bubble of like her wedding, her rules. You're inside of that bubble
Ross.
Within a reasonable sense. If you're
Aiden Ross is the dev for foster bots.
Her 7th cousin twice removed, you could be like, oh, sorry, we can't make it. But if you're the brother, you kind of, if she's a bridezilla, you kind of gotta take it because you're related. You know,
but you
barring
have
some
been
kind
winning
of,
for us, so
you know, insanity.
we unfreeze you instead.
I think it's just one of those things where if you've at least got the means, you kind of just gotta accept it. That being said, I do also, I mean, I sympathize with the dad, quite frankly, because it's already like, you know, I mean, this is the classic, like, you wouldn't understand. As a father, you wouldn't understand. But, like, you know, this puts a lot of stress. Like, if I had to go to a wedding that I was, like, socially expected to be a part of, and either, like, take Kate and get a babysitter.
Yeah, we haven't heard a lot from Aiden Ross lately. It's been really nice. Yeah, he tried to apparently go to TwitchCon or something, is what I last saw.
To go to a party that
but I think he was
maybe I don't
out.
even really want to be a part of.
I don't really care.
That would cause some annoyance for sure at home.
Lukewarm take weddings are fucking annoying, okay? Especially if people expect you to go to weddings like really far away, and like for me, what pisses me off is then also like some people have the goal to like have a wedding and then like ask not have an open bar. Like that is incredibly frustrating. Like, is you go to a wedding and then you have to pay for things. You know? can say haha as much as you want, but then you know that like, if you couldn't do that, like what, you know what I mean? It's just frustrating.
3 kids in the story here, you know?
Okay, if I guess
Finding
for
a
Muslim
babysitter,
weddings,
like,
yeah.
I don't think it's
no alcohol.
necessarily like that hard, but I mean, it's not necessarily that easy either, especially during COVID.
True. Okay.
I think it's just a crappy situation.
It's different in that
again, it's her wedding,
but
her
yeah,
rules.
okay, we have a...
I do believe in that,
over...
but simultaneously, I am also like,
all right.
the concept of a child-free wedding, I'm like, you're an adult, just get over it.
3 5-tier friends
Yeah,
or
some
higher
people that you
want
to have to
okay, I
come
think
to your
what we'll
wedding
do
are gonna have kids.
is
You
we're
know,
gonna sell
like
you.
oh, you might hear them go, ah,
And I think
okay,
we're gonna
fucking
take
get
a
over it,
gamba.
loser. It's not, you don't think you're gonna
It's
get
gonna
like
make
6
our other
mojitos
one
in you,
really
and you're gonna
weak.
start going, woo! Anyway, you're all
Okay,
gonna be making
I
the
think
same
we sell
dumbass
you.
noise. Get over yourself. But anyway, I do think that
Let's
it's
see.
you know, I don't think she's the asshole. At least I'll give you that one.
Let's see.
I don't. I think that he is the asshole in this situation. I hate to say it,
At least
because I
then
do
we're
kind of
buffing
agree with
two
him,
things.
but I do think that he is the asshole.
Yes, thank you. Okay,
It
thank you.
pained me to say, because I was really gonna come into that one and be like, definitely not the asshole. What is +2? +2 is when chat agrees with you. This ad, have you ever stayed at a haunted hotel? These people have. The ads are getting crazy,
Oh,
man.
the eagle build.
They're going nuts. It's like a video
Wow,
advertisement
okay,
for
this
a
is the
TV
eagle
show. I'm
build.
trying. I'm
Very
gonna get
luck-based eagle
DMCA'd
build. Well done, Tor and Blink.
by the
Holy
TNE
moly.
network, which is I think is a Canadian
done.
network. But anyway, am I the asshole for giving the room I promised to give to my daughter to her stepsister instead? By the way, Hafu, like, the headline, you can't judge just based on the headline, because sometimes they're worded in such a way that it's like deliberately seems like they're the asshole and then not the asshole. This one, on the other hand, there's a little bit of spice. Haha, I reread it too. Okay, I was just, well, you didn't know what +2 was, so I was just trying to make sure we were all on the same page, okay? Am I the asshole for giving the room I promised to give to my daughter to her stepsister
Okay, I'll be back in a
instead?
second.
I have 2 daughters, Bio, 16, and stepdaughter. Kind of a weird name, but, you know, like, your family, your rules, I guess. Despite them being completely different, they get on just fine. My stepdaughter is a very private kid. Nothing wrong with that. Shep just likes to be given space and privacy. We used kind of still to live... Kind of still? We used to live in a small 2-bedroom apartment. Kind of still. And I hate to get bogged down in the weeds. Do you kind of live there, or is your new place also kind of a small 2-bedroom? Is this like I used to live there? Well, I still do, but I used to too. Or is it like, did you move, but your place is still kind of small? Anyway, small 2-bedroom apartment where both my daughters shared one room. We recently bought our first house, which has 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a spacious yard. Just for the record, and I'm already like, you're the asshole.
Okay, I'm back. Why are people saying I'm a liar? Okay, seems insane. But we need, hold on, I need to think, hold on, come on, okay. Okay, we need both of these instead. We're gonna put you here. Thank you. Thank you, okay. Alright. You could be good too, okay. By the way, did he just say, like, he thought, like, the daughter's bio was called bio? He's talking about biological?
For judgmental reasons, like, why are you using a short form of bathroom?
What's the heading? Can you make it a little bigger? It's, am I the asshole for giving the room I promised to give my stepdaughter to her stepsister instead? Okay, alright, I'm getting owned here, but, like, we're towards the end. This is, like, fine to get owned. This is still a good weekly. I don't know why everyone was so upset with it.
Why don't you just use 2 BATH? Like, it's the same number of letters. Nobody uses BTHR. And 4 bedra? Like, look, I'm not trying to be, like, super anal about it.
Lower tier
I'm
pets.
just, like, you don't pay by the letter. Maybe they're on their phone. And this is a long thing to type out on the phone.
It's called a
man.
joke.
Anyway,
We get 10 minutes
And the
of scary
spacious yard.
games.
My
for
daughter had her eyes set
spooky
on
season.
the second biggest room and wanted to have it. She said it's
I
spacious,
don't really
well lit,
want
comfortable
to.
with a nice view.
I did play
Seeing that
the.
she's got
I played all of Oxenfree. Like, not on peak hours while Poisson was live. And that was pretty scary.
good grades, and because I couldn't get her the birthday present she wanted, I thought her promising the room would be the perfect makeup for my debts to her. We still haven't officially moved into the house, but my daughter's been excited to decorate.
I don't
the room
enjoy
like she
being
imagined
scared.
it. All right,
It doesn't.
So
it's
far,
not something that appeals to
this
me.
is almost irredeemable.
Yeah, I beat it. I finished it.
You are for sure the asshole based on paragraph 1. Then the issue came up and turned this whole argument
Torrenbling is
upside
just
down.
gonna own me
It started when
with
my daughter
RNG
kept
again.
pestering her stepsister to show her what she wrote in her new private journal. My stepdaughter refused since it's private. I didn't know about this happening until my stepdaughter told me and my wife that my daughter took pictures
what
of
an
what was in her
amazing
journal and
build, though.
posted it on her
Torrenblink's
Instagram
build is
account for
literally
everyone
just
to
like
see.
RNG,
What?
RNG. That's actually so good.
That's pretty bad.
The evil within. Yeah, but you're not listening to me, chat. You're not listening to me. I don't enjoy being scared. It doesn't make. It'll make me want to quit. I won't enjoy streaming it. Are you listening? Like, I don't want to play a scary game because I genuinely don't like the feeling of playing scary games. You know what I mean? I will not enjoy myself. Okay, I'll just want to quit the entire time. They just don't care. They just want me to feel uncomfortable while I'm streaming. Okay.
I was stunned, kept thinking how and why the hell my daughter would do such thing. My stepdaughter told us about her stepsister pestering her for days about seeing this new journal. I asked my daughter directly. She said she was seeking advice to make sure her stepsister's over need for privacy was healthy by having her expert friends read the context and analyze her personality.
Hey, how about you do something you hate just for me after me asking you once? Yeah.
Help me, stepsauce, I'm stuck. I lost my temper and told her she was wrong after she said she wanted to help her sister see that it's okay to talk to others. I told her this stuff is highly personal, no one's entitled to read it, much less publish it online. I told her she had no respect for her sister's privacy and that the room she wanted so badly is going to her sister instead. My daughter didn't take it well. She began crying, begging me to punish her in some other way and called me awful for refusing to reconsider. She reminded me I promised to let her have that room and then I lied to her. She called my sister-in-law and said by giving the room to my stepdaughter, my daughter will hate her and the relationship will go downhill over it. But I was clear I wasn't changing my mind. It's been some time, and my daughter hasn't stopped crying about wanting the room back since I owed her. Man, okay. Well, this is tough. This one really comes down to
I do want to play Call to the Lamb. We could play that. Maybe not today, but tomorrow.
Judgment Call, right?
That is a game scary.
My first hunch.
A
I think I'm
Halloween-y
really
game I could
guilty
play.
of
It's not a
almost
scary
being like
game,
too
but...
much of a King
All right, we're going to do one more
it's like
of
my
SAP,
natural,
and then we're going to play
inclination
Subpar.
Is like you promised her the room. My personal thinking is that you should punish her in a different way than taking the room away from her. You know, that I feel like it would be more fair to give a punishment that's like, you know, a more traditional punishment, grounding, taking away, you know, cellular devices or something like that. As a
like taking someone's room away from them is like is like a really mean punishment because that's like permanent, you know. Like when you want to punish kids, you don't want it to be something that like is going to remind them the entire time about that. Yeah, it's settler terrorism. It's like it's really shitty because it's incredibly like. The punishment doesn't fit the crime, and kids are stupid. Like, they need to learn how to be better and things like that. Taking away someone's room for them or letting them not go in the nice room after you promised them is, like, that's just going to breed resentment. Yeah.
Opposed to... Or you... Look, you could also just post her journal on Instagram as well. That's the King Solomon way. Or you cut the room
open,
in half.
By the way.
That's true. You get the King Solomon
16,
decision is to just cut everything in half. Posting her journal is not King Solomon. That's the Code of Hammurabi.
Sniper is
I'm
good
more of a
build.
King Solomon type of guy.
So blessed the
cut
perfect
her journal in half. That, you know, that's one way to do it as well. So I think that it would have been better parent.
Does SAP have VSync? Because I really need some VSync. Because you can see the screen tearing. I don't know if you guys can, but I can see the screen tearing. Welp.
Thing.
I know.
As someone who's basically
you guys
just
can't
living
see
it
the
in
screen tearing? Okay, well then it's just mine. Then I don't care. But there is screen tearing as it transitions.
mind's eye, and hasn't been through raising a
Not
teenager.
that it really matters.
So it's very easy to say without putting it into
What
practice.
is
And I
life
feel like
on
there's
Beach
a
Island? I don't
better
know, ask your mom.
punishment
or whatever. Thank you so much
that
for
doesn't
following.
seem like cruel and unusual. Like this is like why we have like a court system to handle disputes, right? Is like there's a code, and when you break the law, you know, they don't look at your situation and be like, oh, you really love your car, huh? Well, because you engaged in armed robbery, we're gonna like smash the shit out of your car with the sledgehammer in front of you. They put you in jail, or they give you a community service or a fine or restitution or something like that. They don't find like what you love the most and are looking forward to and like rip it away from you, okay? So that's my 2 cents. That being said, I also putting myself in the shoes of the father, which is a kick-ass piece of Dark Souls loot. I feel like it's really hard to go back on a punishment after you've decided
That's also true.
This is more drawing on like my teaching experience.
But you shouldn't have had that punishment
But there
in the
are
first
times,
place, but,
like,
I
as a
mean-
teacher, you know, some kid, you're like, hey, stop, like,
Well done,
smacking
Surf
another kid on the
Ninjas.
top of the head.
Thankfully, I get that point
And
back.
then you catch them smacking the kid on the top of the head again.
It
and
just
you're like,
looks like essentially what happens is it just looks like the there's like tearing on the screen. It's like you'll understand when you see it, when you see like lines across the screen very briefly where 2 frames are like overlaying one another. It's very frustrating. Okay, we get you. Because why would we have that? There's no toys. Okay, let's see. We roll once. You are actually pretty cool. I think we stick with you for now. And we'll see.
get the fuck out of here, go to the principal's office, and they start to cry. And you're like, you know what? That is probably a punishment that's not commensurate with the actual grievance. But you can't be like, oh, sorry, just go sit down, because then they don't learn the lesson. Sometimes you just got to be like, I probably shouldn't have gone that hard, but at the same time, it's to reinforce a principle that's more important than.
It only happens when
making sure
when
the
there's a
punishment fits the
transition
crime.
from
Exactly.
like
So
the shop to
it's
a
tough.
battle, and
Yeah, there you go.
then I
Find
get
her
screen
the
tearing.
maximum allowable salary to lose under the NBA and NBA Players Association guidelines. What's that, like $5,000?
Yeah, like there was a little bit of
I
screen
would
tearing
say-
there, if you noticed.
I mean, I do think this is an everybody sucks here.
What? I'm
honestly.
sorry, what
I think there's
happened?
like there's some gimmies. Okay, the daughter sucks. But
I'm
she's
sorry,
also
did you forget we were
16,
playing?
or 15, 16. You know, the same rules that apply to like young offenders in the legal system, I think, apply to Am I the Asshole? Just about most teenagers probably have one asshole move on a daily basis. That's just life. You know, I'm not saying that she should do it, but your brain is still developing. You know, you should know right from wrong, but things go, you know, like hither and thither.
Hither and thither.
The father,
You know what?
is
We actually.
an adult,
We
but
actually do
honestly,
this.
I feel like he didn't really go that far over the line.
What did Dad take?
Like he definitely like took a shot. He
It
did
was
true
what is
damage
stupid, but yeah.
psychologically with his punishment, but his daughter did do like a real nasty thing. I still think that
I mean, the daughter did post her fucking stepsister's journal, like, on the internet, right? Like, that is, like, incredibly fucked up. That's some demon shit, bro. So, I don't know. I think everyone sucks here, too.
she should probably have been punished in a different way, but I definitely I think that he had to, you know, set the tone and the lesson that this was like a terrible thing to do, and you got to face like a real cost for that. That being said, I'm also not. Oh, when she said, "Look, I was just making sure that my stepsister's over need for privacy was healthy by having my expert friends read the context and analyze her personality. That's the kind of lie that you pull out when you think that your parents are brain dead. It's one
Right,
of the
getting
least
owned, but that's
convincing
okay.
lies I've ever heard in my
That's okay.
entire
Just by
life.
getting owned by like one, that's fine.
It's just absolute idiocy and insulting to honestly be brought
okay.
up. But
We get rid of you.
I mean, look.
We get rid of you.
The daughter
we get
did an
you.
asshole move. Is she an asshole?
We
I
get
can't say
you.
that legally. She's under the legal age to be tried
We
as
need
an
some
adult,
other things going
except
on
for,
here.
like, particularly
Thank
nasty
you.
murders, in which
Get
case
rid
I
of
would have
you.
an easier time passing judgment.
Put
Daughter
you
did an
here.
asshole move. The dad,
There we go.
honestly, I'm gonna say not the asshole, and I had to walk it through. You know, I'm stunned that Judge Judy can rule so quickly. You know, she does like 2 cases an episode. I originally was like, you're the asshole, your punishment did not fit the crime. But now I'm like, yeah, but the crime like really sucked. The punishment probably hurts the daughter that got the punishment less than the stepdaughter was hurt by the thing the daughter did in the first place. I think this is reasonable. I'm going to say not the asshole. And I'm very interested to see. Not the asshole.
The comments are going to
48
be insane. The comments on this are going to be absolutely insane. It's like, your child should be taken away by Child Protective Services. You're a terrible father. Like, it's going to be that sort of shit. They are going to go off. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Also, top of the hour every single hour. It's time for a 3-minute ad break. If you'd no longer like to see the ads, you can always subscribe or use Prime or get a gifted sub from somebody in the community. It just really depends. Or you can just find a way to avoid the ads. Completely up to you.
%. Can I tell you though that as we've gotten deeper into Reddit, it used to be like, I'm so glad I'm part of the consensus opinion. Now I'm like, oh no, I agree with the Redditors. Is this okay? And I want to approach the situation with fresh eyeballs.
And I'm getting
'cause
owned,
it's a
but that's
little scary
okay.
for me. But
The weekly
anyway.
is still okay. Oh no, it's
there's
fine.
been some good ones here. There's been some meat for discussion. I love an everybody sucks here. Am I the asshole for getting pissed my wife missed open enrollment for benefits?
Oh god.
Let's see.
Oh no.
My wife carries health insurance for me and her through her job. She makes more money and offered to do this so that I could afford.
Ooh, look at
yeah,
that.
okay. You're not the asshole for getting pissed.
Oh god.
That's a kind of a big deal. Okay.
That's a really
Anyway,
big deal.
My wife carries health insurance for me and her through her job. She makes more money and offered to do this so I could continue to pay the majority of our bills after getting a job that pays less than the one I used to have. She received notice their company's open enrollment period was starting 3 weeks ago and that it ended yesterday. This morning, she told me she just realized she never did the enrollment, so we're going to be losing our insurance, medical, dental, and vision. Now, here's where I might be the asshole when she told me I exploded. I am on 3 medications for my mental health that I just can't stop taking, and I was really scared. I got pissed. How could she miss something so important?
No, like, that is an insane mistake to make. Holy fuck.
I handle all of our other bills. I make sure the rent is paid, and I make sure our lights, phone, and internet stay on. How can she miss this when it puts me in a very dangerous health predicament? I screamed at her for just laying in bed crying instead of trying to find a solution. That's where you might have crossed the line, I think. I might have, if you wanted some pats on the back, I probably would have left that part out of the post, but at least they're being honest. I screamed at her for just laying in bed crying instead of trying to find a solution.
Well
I
done.
slammed some doors, and I was just generally kind of rude as I got my shit together and left to go help a friend with something I told him I'd help him with last week. My wife is wonderful and does suffer from ADHD, and it was clear she felt like shit for forgetting. But I couldn't help but
everybody
be
says
hurt,
evil
scared, and
is
angry.
amazing.
So am I the asshole for yelling at her?
We get Eagle.
Edit, because a lot of people are saying it should just roll
Sell.
over. I am 100% certain that information isn't the case in our situation. She's been at the company for a very long time. They've always had this policy. The insurance selections are just for the coverage year, and they do not roll over if you do not renew your selections. This is the easiest one of all time. Everybody sucks here.
I think it's the point where maybe you're not useful to
I
us
know
anymore.
already what's going to be said in chat about this, but like, especially as you get older, you take on more responsibility. There's like important stuff that you just have to do. You can make a mistake, don't get me wrong, and it happens, but you know, like you gotta stay enrolled in your benefits plan. I don't know. That seems like the sort of thing where, like, you know, maybe it's
Bro,
too
I don't
easy,
know
but,
what
like,
I would do if somebody fucked that up. If my significant other fucked that up, I have no idea what the fuck I would do. That is insane,
some reminders,
bro.
or like, I don't know, had someone like put a gun to your head and be like, just click the checkbox, please. Like it seems like if this is something that you don't have to do, I feel like you absolutely have to make sure that you gotta do it. Admittedly, this is a little foreign to me. I mean, we do still have private insurance in Canada. Like you know, your pharmacy is not covered, your dental and vision's not covered. Like your healthcare, basic doctor's visits, you know, mandatory.
All right, I think it might be owned. Let's see.
Hospital visits are covered and stuff like that. But you know, people still have benefits from their
you see, still taking L's
from their employers and stuff like that.
Still a good weekly though. Like,
regardless, though, I'm like,
just saying.
Maybe I can't put myself in her shoes, admittedly, but I'm like, you just gotta.
What is life like on Big
I know that
I'm
you ever see that video where, like, or not video, but that tweet where people use it as a reaction image to reply to people who are like, oh, I had depression too until, like, I got some sun and then started lifting weights, and now I'm the happiest I've ever been. And it's just like a bit crushed image of a graph, and then the headline on the bottom is like, worldwide depression rate goes to 0. So I do understand that maybe, you know, as someone who doesn't have ADHD, I'm like, couldn't you have just signed in when you got the prompt at the first? Couldn't you just done it right there? And if you didn't do it there, like, put something on the calendar. But I'll admit that maybe, you know, I just can't put myself in those shoes. But, you know, I've got to judge from my own personal bias to some extent as well. Regardless, he's also the asshole. Like, I mean, I can understand. I would be upset too. There's no question there. But, I mean, when your wife is laying in bed crying, like, if you ever have an argument that, like, gets to that point, that should probably, like, be your cue to get off the gas pedal a little bit and not continue. And especially don't scream at her for laying in bed crying. Like, that's, I mean, I'm laughing just because it's so horrible, but, like, has that ever worked in the history of humans interacting ever? He's like, why are you so upset? Get up and fix the problem. And she's going to be like, okay.
Yeah, why are you so upset? Just get up and fix it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. My wife is wonderful, by the way. Okay. I mean, yeah, I got to see the comments on this one.
Even though I'm losing, like, this weekly is great. Of course, like, I'm going to lose some, I'm going to win some, right? But the weekly is really good. Like, there are lots of different things you can do to get it to work, okay? There are some pets that are just, like, filler. But, like, even then, like, some of those filler pets have, like helped, like, have defeated me towards the end. It's just about taking what you can take, and you know, the rest just comes naturally. I don't know why everybody's so trying to, like, to make it, like, demonize this weekly. It's better than, like, the weekly from last. It's better than a lot of weeklies we've had. You know, there's a lot you can do.
I mean, not for more info. I'm okay saying everybody sucks here, and, you know, if that makes me the YTA for not taking the wife into account, then so be it. Let me post open the comments here. Let me see what we got.
You know? This weekly is the bottom of the barrel? I just disagree. But that's okay.
Everybody sucks here. You reacted horribly. That's not okay. She made a mistake and didn't deserve that sort of reaction. Surprisingly reasonable. Not the asshole.
Yeah, it's more interesting than just get level 3 in a bison. Exactly,
Are
Serb
just
Ninjas.
willfully ignoring how huge of a deal this is to suddenly not have health insurance. His reaction was completely normal for her level of fuck up.
Yeah, this
Forget
weekly's
his
fun.
medication.
It's also
If
a
either of them
sniper
has
build
serious
weekly.
accident during the gap in coverage, their lives could be ruined. Look, here's the thing. I think it depends on how you look at a disagreement like this. You know? And I disagree with this comment, just to be clear from the start. But like, are you gonna communicate with your spouse when they make a mistake so that it doesn't happen again? Or are you gonna be like, I'm upset, so I'm owed this much, you know, this much anger in my response, if that makes sense? I mean, again, I'm arguing from the point as if like either of them has complete control of the way that they approach the interaction, but like if something's already
I just don't know what to
happened
sell
and
here.
you know you can't go back in time and fix it, are you just being like, well, you've wronged me, so I'm gonna be, you know, I have a good reason
gonna
to
get
be very
this.
upset with you, or are you gonna, which is really like just screaming unproductively in my opinion,
The scaling
or do you
is an
want to like
issue.
try to work productively to find a solution?
I think we have to take a
look,
chance.
This is like it's punching down, but like when you're in your 30s,
I mean,
you
we're
have,
gonna
like, an
lose
argument
anyway,
with somebody. Like,
But like, this was not a good run for me. There were
just reflects
opportunities I
badly
had
on
that I
you to
didn't
start
take.
slamming doors and then leaving. But maybe again, this is something that I just
I know, I
guess
can't sell the
relate to.
Chiller though, because it's a bit of a tank at the moment, and I need to sell like.
Not the asshole. She fucked
guess
up
I should
big
just
time.
sell the
also, when
chinchilla.
he said he screamed at her and was slamming doors, he then had a comma and said like, and was generally kind of rude. I think that crosses the line beyond kind of rude, personally. I have anger issues. It's not that simple. Like, I'm genuinely sympathetic to that.
I have anger
Take it from
issues is not an
somebody who is,
excuse.
you know, he'd gone off at Dan on stream. But like simultaneously,
also the level
I'm
3
not
is
sure how you're
buffing the
supposed to
links.
react in these situations with that in mind. Nobody sucks here. Everybody's nice because, you know, she has ADHD and he has anger problems. So the fact that they, you know, are in a toxic and combustible
But we have to
situation
do
and
it.
OP is asking if they're the asshole, you know, even then we're like, actually,
We have to do
they
it.
all did their best, you know, like this is clearly not a great situation.
We really want to tie
Not the
together.
asshole. She fucked up big time. You're scared and
Okay,
vulnerable.
this is
I
getting
agree.
better.
It's only human for you to lose your senses for a moment. Believe it or not, I actually agree with that. You know, you can't control when you get upset, but you know, it doesn't sound like he had like 30 seconds where he said something he regrets. It sounds like
2
it went
extra
on for a
damage
long
could be
time.
insane.
In an ideal world, you would have kept your cool, and you should always try not to freak out. Seeing you question your behavior already, I think you calm
Look,
down
I've
and are
never
trying to
gone
resolve
full
this as
leopard.
calmly as possible by having a conversation with Reddit instead of talking to your wife. I'd like to see all
And
these
let's
people
see.
sitting on their high horses. You should never scream. If you found yourself in a position where your partner just fucked up your access to healthcare, especially when they're already in need of medication, demanding calmness in such a situation is just delusional. He yelled at her in panic because there's a fucking Cheeto in the White House. That's not abuse. It's just a human reaction. Now, in spite of the diction
Fucking
that I took
Cheeto in
there,
the White
I
House.
kind of agree that, you know, some anger makes sense. Not that it's reasonable, but that it makes. I mean, I think it actually is reasonable, but you know, simultaneously, the way that it's written just annoys me, which is fine. Everyone sucks here, but you do owe your wife an apology. I think that's fine. You know what I realize? Like,
The mushroom just saved us. Insane. Not all mushrooms. You know, sometimes you really gotta shout out to the mushrooms, bro. Okay. I do feel like the eagle, like the thing is, tiger over eagle, but then the sternum is, Nah. Okay, we get rid of you. We take you. Okay. That could be a mistake. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, you just crush. Because nobody has scalers, and you crush too. Okay, sorry, Eagle. And in fact, we're not even gonna put... We're gonna say the Lynx is great, but you know what's great? Just rolling through enemies. So we're gonna take you. You're gonna be saved for next time. We're gonna put a little bit of a sprinkling of some health on our pets. And let's see, because it's gonna gain 8 every single time it attacks. Hopefully it doesn't get knocked out. Let's see. Hopefully nobody has some fucking... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hopefully no one has some fucking, like, trick up their sleeve. Let's see.
For a lot of people, and I'm not just saying Reddit, but for a lot of people, any response, even if the amplitude of the response is much greater in magnitude than the initial slight, any response is warranted.
I've been on one heart for the past
it.
4 rounds or something like that.
Like if somebody cut you off in traffic and you killed them, they would be like, this is a tough one. It's not a tough one. You know, it's very simple. If someone cuts you off in traffic, you don't have like, oh, you got one on me, now I'm going to get one on you and I'm going to make it worse. What you do is you simply get really angry, make your whole family uncomfortable, tail the car like way too close, even though they don't even know that they cut you off. And then like when you get the chance, like maybe they're in the passing lane.
Hanging on by a fucking thread, bro.
Fucking slam on the gas, pass them on the right while looking at them like this the whole time, and then skirt, get in front of them and slam on the brakes a little bit. You don't just kill them. You make them crash into the back of your car, ruining both of your, years potentially. Anyway, I think this is an everybody sucks here. Don't get me wrong. I would be mad for sure. Like I would genuinely be upset. I would be like, you had to fill out a form. And this makes me an asshole, admittedly. I'm not seeing things from her side at all. But I'm like, you had to fill out a form. You had 3 weeks and you didn't do it. That's fine. Let's just hear why. I would be an asshole in a different way, for sure. I would be like, that's funny, because like I saw you watch 6 episodes of The White Lotus last night. You think possibly you could have watched 5.75 episodes of The White Lotus and filled out the form with that extra 15 minutes or something. Oh, no worries, though. I'll just try not to have a serious health concern in the next 12 months. But it's exactly like how he talks to Dan about audio. It is. It is. By the way, like I know people are like, this wouldn't be a problem in Canada. This could totally be a problem in Canada without stretching the bounds of realism too much. This is the same thing. Like if somebody just neglected to file their taxes, they could be unenrolled from the provincial healthcare service and run into like a serious snafu as a result of that. Like, and it's way harder to do your taxes than it is to, I'm assuming at least, than to like enroll in this. But yeah, it could absolutely happen. Business Goose 69. Thanks for the gifted subs. Thank you.
Let's see Torn.
But then people are like, oh, but the taxes are different. You got to do your taxes. The enrollment stuff, I don't know. That doesn't... Anyway, whatever. That being said, I feel like it should be like open. Like it should just roll over your enrollment. But regardless. Let's find another one. I'm just navigating back. Am I the asshole for refusing to contact a restaurant about an unwanted curry? Is this not literally like we talked about this? I'll just before I even
my son and I both got eliminated
the
same round as you.
Before I read it,
it's cool that you're playing with your son.
I'll just tell you we've done this before. And
bro, I wish my parents played games with me as a what I mean?
DoorDash sends me food I didn't ask for, like more food on top of the food that I originally ordered. You got a whole
family.
Dead prawns tell no tales. I'm keeping it. When I ordered the food, I didn't ask for a job, where now I've got to be the steward of this food and make sure that the humble DoorDash corporation knows where to, because it's not like the One Ring, you know, you could just, DoorDash could just refund the other driver or refund the other customer. And they'd probably prefer that, honestly, as opposed to getting like, you know.
I used to have to like beg my parents to play Monopoly with me. They just were not. They're just like, my family's just not into games. That's fine. Like, now I get to play games online to an audience every single day. Who has the last laugh now?
No, I don't even know if there's a process for
To be fair, Monopoly's a bad game. Like, I still wanted like people to play games with me.
giving the food back, if that
Yo,
makes sense.
you and my
then
parents
getting
now.
it to its real destination. But, you know, I think
Monopoly can be
if someone
fun,
was
though.
like, oh, your food got lost, it'll take an hour to get there, I'd be like, nah, man, just give me the refund. Anyway, my girlfriend is making me feel fucking insane right now, so I need a reality check ASAP
Are you winning, daughter?
before I explode. My girlfriend came over to dinner at my apartment. Well, how old are you?
Torin, why are you free?
My
I guess
girlfriend,
you're gonna choose.
age, came over to dinner at my age apartment tonight, and we ordered Thai. Oh, Jack talked Thai. Jack talked Thai very well. When we got it, there was a curry dish that neither of us ordered. I double-checked the
Blink's
receipt,
doing really
and
well.
I wasn't charged for it, so I
Let's
was
see,
like,
Surf
"Sweet,
Ninjas beat Torin
free
Blink.
food." She told me I should call the restaurant, and I said, fuck that, they're fuck up. Why should I spend a second thinking about it?
Okay, true. Am I the asshole for refusing to contact the restaurant about an unwanted curry? So I think they sent an extra free curry, right?
I was gonna say...
And if that's the case, I would also be like, fuck that, I'm not calling the restaurant. What are they gonna do? Come and collect it? Charge me for it? No. If they literally, like, they would literally be like, oh, okay, our mistake, thanks for letting us know, so we know that somebody didn't get their fucking curry, but they can't actually come and collect it for you, and they can't charge you for it, legally. Like, yeah, fuck that, free food, I know.
And maybe you're in a different kind of relationship. It's kind of like aggressive wording.
Yeah, I know, it's the best when they send you the wrong order, and you get a free meal, somebody else's order, and you get a refund. It's, like, sick. Bro, so once I had, like, a fucking fast food order delivered to me, and it was, like, 3 burgers and, like, 3 chips, and I only ordered, like, 1 burger and 1 chips, and I called them, and I was like, yeah, sorry, you fucked up, you sent the wrong thing to me, I got the wrong thing. And they refunded me, and I got to keep the food, because at that point, it's contaminated, you know what I mean?
Like, it's just a little too, like, it's just sharp. Like, it even though I agree with the principle, it kind of offends me just hearing it. It's Crashmore. He took the Crashmore pill. Fuck that. They're fuck up. Why should I spend a second thinking about it? Bullshit. And she said the curry could be for someone else's, and that they could fix the mistake if I called. I told her she was being ridiculous, and that if someone didn't get their fucking what in the hell is wrong? If they didn't get their fucking curry, they could call the restaurant themselves, and that it wasn't my problem. She got all
you don't have to
pissy
be that
and said I had a
aggressive.
moral obligation. I'm not kidding, semicolon.
Well done, Torin, you did it. Okay. Torin, what's your take on the weekly? Do you like it? Do you think that everybody's saying it's bad weekly? I need to hear Torin Blink's opinion is very, very important to me. Especially when it comes to super autopads. My nemesis, Torin Blink. Let's see your opinion. Because we're going to play a different game now. As I said, we're playing games today. Give me my fucking curry. Best, I don't know. Better than the last one for sure. Okay, alright. I really like it. We're gonna probably play some later. So our opinion doesn't matter. Yeah, if it's a bad opinion, then it doesn't matter. Okay. When my wife and I first started dating, she was really taken aback by how many board games we played together, or throwing ball, whatever it was. She was more used to family coming and just eating together. Yeah. I didn't have anyone to really play games with me when I was a kid. It's like it's one of those things where I was like, fuck, no one around me wants to play games. No wonder I got like so into like you know, playing like flash games online and shit like that, you know? Anyway. I used to read and make things that were weird. Yeah. I mean, I had lots of other things. Like, don't worry, my parents were great. Like, it's just like that one area where I wanted to like play games and stuff like that. Anyway. Alright, let's see. So, we've done with SAP for now. I'm gonna let this play because I need the bathroom, so let me just close SAP. Oop, there we go.